If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My goal is to reach 100 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button. And also, I do have a few social medias you guys can go check me out on. I will leave the links to my Instagram and Twitter in my description, and feel free to follow hit me up. But with that being said, let's get right to the video. So today, as I'm recording this, I'm not sure when you're going to see this actually, but the Golden State Warriors were eliminated by the Memphis Grizzlies, and this was a really amazing game. And just to start off, I will want to talk about the idea of the playing game being a bad idea. It's been nothing but pure entertainment, but even though that was an amazing game, the season is over for Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. This year's MVP candidate, where he came in the top 3, it's over for them. And I really thought they had a chance to beat the Lakers on Wednesday, but they didn't. Then I was sure they were going to beat the Grizzlies today, but again, they didn't. And now Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies are headed to the playoffs for the first time in Ja's career. But let's just look at this game real quick, just to talk about the results and what could have been better. Well, just to start off, Stephen Curry and Ja Morant had a full-on battle. They both scored 30 plus, and they just put on a huge show for the crowd. And even though the Warriors fans didn't get what they wanted, it showed a few Warriors fans actually leaving the arena. And Jordan Poole actually hit a clutch 3. It wasn't clutch because they eventually lost, but they were down 5 with 4 seconds, I believe, and he hit a turnaround 3 that gave Warriors fans a little bit of hope, but eventually it really didn't matter. But this team is very interesting to look at because they have pieces on this team that didn't play in the play-in, or that didn't play for most of the season. For example, Klay Thompson is the obvious one. Kelly Oubre missed a handful of games, and other pieces on this team. But you could make the argument about this team that if they were fully healthy, they would have a for sure spot in the playoffs. If you just put Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry back with each other, which I'm not sure how Klay is going to return because he has had 2 horrible injuries to his legs. And as long as he can just shoot threes and play alright defense, he's going to be like the Klay we all know, just a deadly shooter. But Klay Thompson just is the turning point of this team. And Draymond Green, even though he struggled at points of the season, through these 2 playing games, he's been a great piece. It kind of seems like he was relying on Steph a lot, especially in today's game, but he played amazing defense. He just was the backbone of the team, like most people would know him to actually be. So Stephen Curry was an MVP candidate this season, and a lot of people wanted him to win. For example, Shaq said he believes he should win. If we're talking about individual stats, he's definitely the MVP. But if you consider that his team missed the playoffs now, that's not gonna cut it for the MVP voters. So that's why I had a problem when the top 3 was released. It was Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Steph Curry. I kind of just had a problem with Steph actually being in that top 3, mainly because he had a chance, or at the time I was thinking he had a chance to miss the playoffs, and I would have rather put somebody like Giannis up there. And I'm not trying to be biased there, but I would have rather put a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo up there just because he's playing just like how he did last season, where he won the MVP, if not better. And they're actually in the playoffs and a top 3 seed. And usually the MVP debate is kind of questionable because there's like, in one argument it should go to this player because of this reason, but then in another one it should go to this player and because of this reason. So, but that's my opinion. I believe Nikola Jokic is the clear MVP, especially considering now Steph has missed the playoffs. And it's definitely not his fault. Definitely not. He scored 39 points today, but just considering the overall team, yes, they were in a bad place, and yes, they had a horrible start, and a lot of people just counted them out, especially me. Once they got off to that horrible start, I thought this season was going to be horrible. Kelly Oubre couldn't or he couldn't make a shot. He was struggling. Draymond was struggling a little bit after he got that huge extension. it was just a questions all around this team. But if we're gonna talk about the future for this team, they are getting Klay Thompson back next season. They should be healthy. I don't know what they're gonna do with Kelly Oubre. I don't know what moves they're gonna make. Maybe James Wiseman can be moved. They were missing a decent amount of players or contributors that is on this roster, and players like Andrew Wiggins make this team better. Players like Draymond, like I said, and even players like Jordan Poole, he's been improving this season. He's just a reliable shooter at this point. And the future is bright for the Warriors fans. And I know it's been a minute, but they can just get a lottery pick. They can hopefully draft something well, or somebody who can help them actually have success and make a huge playoff run. Because I do believe if this team is fully healthy all season, they can be a top 3 seed. That is debatable because they are in the Western Conference, so nothing is promised. But you can't count this team out for anything, especially when your name is Stephen Curry. You have a player on your team named Stephen Curry, and he is going to age well. He is 33, but just considering that you're gonna have a deadly shooter on your team, he could be 40 and still be a great player. As long as he can move around, as long as he can just be a deadly shooter or one of the best shooters of all time, or if the best shooter of all time, I'm sorry. But yeah, Steph Curry's game, as long as you have Steph on your team and just put decent pieces around him, this team is going to be great to see. And I'm definitely going to be paying attention to them, especially next season. But yeah, for now, their season's over. And if you're a Warriors fan, don't be too upset about the season. Everything was stacked against you, and you really just had to go out there and fight, and that's exactly what they did. And Steph gave it his all. He's a top 3 MVP candidate for some reason. Again, I'm kind of arguing about that if I agree with it, but he was for sure one of the best players this season, if not the best player this season. But yeah, with that being said, that will be the end of today's video, and I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And just leave a comment. Do you think the Warriors can improve next season, or do you think they're going to be around the same place? Especially just everything I just talked about. Just let me know what you guys think about the future of the Golden State Warriors. But with that being said, I love every single one of you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.